Hi guys, my name is Tatiana Medintseva. This is the second and final part of my crochet tutorial for this cool, simple little bear. In the previous part, we crocheted the bear's body and attached the arms and legs. We finished on the 13th row, where we decreased it. Now we continue crocheting the head. The row numbering continues, and the next row is the 14th row. The 13th row is done. In the 14th row, we make 12 increases. Now we have 12 stitches in the row, so we make 12 increases, that is, 2 single crochets in each stitch. At the end of the row there will be 24 single crochets. That is, now we make 1 increase in each stitch. Insert the hook into the next stitch, make 1 single crochet and place a marker. In the same stitch we make the second single crochet, this is the first increase. In the next stitch we make 1 increase and repeat until the end of the row. Twelve increases are made and the 14th row is done. In the 15th row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. We will be able to repeat this combination 12 times. At the end of the row there will be 36 single crochets, that is, we crochet the entire row in a combination 1 single crochet and 1 increase. I'll put the marker aside for now. We don't skip the stitches, there are a lot of increases here and you can lose a stitch. So we put a marker. That's why you crochet like this, 1 single crochet and in the next stitch 1 increase. This is the first time we have done this combination. In the next stitch 1 single crochet and in the next stitch 1 increase. This is the second time. 1 single crochet and in the next stitch 1 increase is the third time. 1 single crochet and in the next stitch 1 increase is the fourth time. 1 single crochet and in the next stitch 1 increase is the fifth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the sixth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the seventh time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the eighth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the ninth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the 10th time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the 11th time. And the last time the combination 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the 12th time. The row should end with an increase right next to the marker. This is how beautiful it should be. Add filler to the bear's body. To make the bear's body more voluminous and beautiful. Filler has been added to the bear's body. That's enough. This is how beautiful it turned out. I show you from all sides. From the 16th to the 20th row inclusive, 5 rows, we make 36 single crochets in each row. That is, we crochet without decreases or increases, just one single crochet for 5 rows in each stitch. I'm sure you can do this on your own. Remember and mark the beginning of the row with a marker. I will also make these rows now and continue. These 5 rows are done. This is how beautiful it turned out. In the 21st row, we make 4 single crochets and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. We can do this 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 30 single crochets. That is, we crochet the entire row in a combination 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the second time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the third time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the fifth time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 decrease is the sixth time. The 21st row is completed. In the 22nd row, we make 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. Repeat the combination 6 times, just until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 24 single crochets. We crochet a whole row with a combination 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. The 22nd row is done. In the 23rd row, we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. We do this 6 times, just until the end of the row. At the end of the row there will be 18 single crochets. That is, we crochet a combination to the end of the row, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. The 23rd row is done. Pull out the thread and temporarily remove the hook to the side. At this stage, add filler to the bear's head. Add the filler well as we finish making the head. Add enough filler to make the toy dance. In the process of adding filler, distribute the filler evenly inside to form the correct shape of the toy. Distribute the filler to the sides and give the head the desired shape. Filler added, let's continue. In the 24th row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and so on until the end of the row. We can do this 6 times. And at the end of the row there will be 12 single crochets. 1 single crochet is done and we put a marker. Let's continue. Make 1 decrease. This is the first time. Again we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Repeat the combination until the end of the row. This is me making the last decrease in this row. Add filler to the head if needed, and the last row will be the last. We will close the crocheting and nothing can be added. So we add filler. And in the last 25th row, we make decreases until we finish our crocheting. If you can make 6 decreases, that means 6. If you make 8 decreases, then that means 8. We will do as many decreases in a row as will be needed to completely close the hole. The filler is completely added. We finished the last row in the head. You can no longer plait the marker. We just make decreases until we completely close the hole. The first decrease, the second decrease. I remind you that we are doing decreases through front. The third decrease, the fourth decrease, the fifth decrease, six, and let's do one more decrease. Although perhaps this will also be okay, I managed to make the 7th decrease. You can see how we finished making the head. In the next stitch we make a slip stitch, cut the thread and leave a small end like this. Pull and tighten the thread. Insert the hook from the side of the head. We pull the hook out in the middle. Grab the thread and pull it to the side of the head. We tighten the thread so that the top of the head becomes even. The end of the crocheting should fall through so that there is no protrusion. The head is flat, everything is fine. Once again, we pulled the thread well. Use a hook to tie a knot. Inserted the hook into the stitch like this, grab the thread and pull it through. Tighten the thread and hide the end of the thread inside the head. Now I'll show you how great we are. The bear is almost ready. Look. The result was real beauty. You see this miracle. By the way, I don't make a tail for this bear. I don't make tails for these bears, I like them without a tail. It's so beautiful to me. All that remains is to crochet the ears and muzzle, and also sew on the eyes, and the bear will be ready. Now let's make a muzzle and immediately sew it to the head. We wrapped the thread around our finger, inserted the hook into the middle, pulled out the working thread and made a loop like this. From here we make 2 chain stitches. In the first stitch we make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second row we make 6 increases. In each stitch there are 2 single crochets. At the end of the row there will be 12 single crochets. Put a marker if you need it. The first increase, the second increase, the third increase, the fourth increase, the fifth increase, the sixth increase. The second row is done. In the third row, we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this until the end of the row. We can do this 6 times. At the end of the row there will be 18 single crochets. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the first time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the second time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the third time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the fourth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the fifth time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the sixth time. In the next stitch we make a slip stitch and cut the thread. Leave the end long enough to sew the muzzle to the bear's head. We will use this thread to sew on the muzzle. Pull and tighten the thread. Insert the thread into a needle with a blunt end. Needle with a big eye. As usual, turn the muzzle right side out. Where we started is the wrong side. This is the front side. Therefore, we hide the end of the thread inside, as we usually did before. In this form and in this position, we will sew the muzzle to the head. At the bottom, the muzzle is sewn close to the neck. At the top, the muzzle is sewn on the way you like. Now let's find a suitable place. Here I show with the needle. This was a row where we did 1 single crochet and 1 increase. This is the 15th row. Then there was 1 more row. And at this level we will sew the muzzle from the top side. This is the 17th row. On the left side I have a thread in the muzzle, so we start sewing it to the head from this side. Let's sew. There is nothing difficult here. Alternately insert the needle into the muzzle and then into the head and sew it on. We insert the needle into each stitch both in the muzzle and in the head. In this way we sew the muzzle to the head in a circle. There is nothing more to comment here, just sew it in a circle. Repeat after me and everything will work out. Leave a small hole on the right side. We will insert the nose through this hole and then add filler. We insert the nose in the middle. When the muzzle is almost sewn on, it is very easy to choose the right place. This is how the nose is inserted into my teddy bear. Fasten the nose from the inside. Now we definitely add filler to the muzzle. After this, we finish sewing the muzzle. I'm finishing sewing on the muzzle. Check that the entire muzzle is sewn well. If everything is fine and you are satisfied, then we thread the needle and thread to the underside of the muzzle. Look what a beautiful bear we have made. Here we thread the needle and thread to the neck and tie a knot. This is how we thread the needle and thread into the loop, tighten it, and the knot is ready. Thread the needle to the back of the head. Pull the needle out to the side one more time. And now the thread can be cut. This is the beauty we got. Simply incredible. Now we will make ears for the bear. Sew on the eyes and the bear will be ready. Let's now crochet and sew on the ears. As usual, we make a loop and 2 chain stitches. And in the first stitch we make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second row we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and do this 3 times, just until the end of the row. 1 single crochet and 1 increase in the next stitch is the first time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase in the next stitch is the second time. 1 single crochet and 1 increase is the third time. Ready, we make a slip stitch in the next stitch. Cut the thread. Leave the end long enough to sew the ear to the bear's head. We pull the end of the thread, which is in the middle, to this side. Turn the ear inside out. Straighten the ear, tighten the threads. The second ear for the bear is crocheted in exactly the same way. Now we need to sew the ears to the head. We insert the thread into a needle with a blunt end. Sew the ear in the place where we like it most. The ear is sewn on in exactly the same way as the muzzle. I'll sew the ear on about here. I'll tie my ear to the head with the thread. Using a hook, we hide the non-working end of the thread inside the head. And now we sew the ear completely to the head. In the same way, we alternately insert the needle into the ear and then into the head and sew it on. Please note, we don't sew the ear completely, but only on one side. The upper part of the ear remains unsewn. To fix the ear in the desired position, I inserted a finger into the ear for convenience. Hold the ear in the position as shown on the screen and sew it on. The ear is practically sewn on. In order for the ear not to fall, but to remain more vertical, we need to sew the ear on the back side one row higher from the head. The finger of the left hand is still inserted into the ear, fixing it in the desired position. We straight the needle and thread to the back of the head. This is how I managed to sew one ear to the bear's head. In the same way, we sew the second ear to the bear's head. Both ears are sewn to the bear's head. I'm happy with everything and like it. Now we need to pull both ends of the threads into one stitch from the back of the head. Tie the ends of the threads together into a knot. The long ends of the threads are not needed, so we cut off the excess. Now we need to hide these ends of the threads inside the head. You need to pull the threads inward into the same stitch so that they are completely hidden. Thanks to this, nothing is visible and the toy looks neat and professional. This is the beauty we got. All that remains is to sew on the eyes. The eyes are sewn on with a regular needle and thread. There is not much to comment on when sewing on the eyes. I am sure that everyone will cope with this task. The eyes are sewn to the bear's head. I show you from all sides. I got a beautiful and wonderful bear together with you. I hope you liked this video format. I tried to explain everything in as much detail as possible. I hope you get an equally beautiful and high-quality bear. Write in the comments, give me feedback. Did everything work out for you? Did you like this video format? Was I able to explain and show how we crochet amigurumi toys? If you have any wishes, be sure to write to me. I read all the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to crochet toys with me. See you soon!